Josh, you can't hear me well?
I can hear you, but not well. Not like recording quality well.
Okay, yeah, I'll fix it. Is the camera not working?
Yeah, I don't see you.
No, camera's
How
not
is that?
working.
What the fuck?
Why does this happen every single time?
Dude, I don't know what the fuck, dude. I'm on Zoom all the time with you guys. This shit doesn't happen.
It's not
Camera
Zoom.
always-
We're on Skype, but it
Or
happens.
Skype.
It's never clean with you. It's never clean.
No, hold on. Let me try and log on.
There's some audio visual problem every single time. And he's out. And he's back. Come on, what's taking you so long? It's a matter of clicking on the camera.
Hello?
Oh,
Hear me now?
God, that's awful.
Wait.
Sounds like you're trapped in a well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it sounds like you're in a well.
Oh,
Timmy?
Good now?
Timmy,
Yeah.
are you in a well?
Timmy?
So you guys can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, but you sound terrible now again.
I do?
Yeah,
Yes.
you
How
had
about
it.
What the hell are you doing?
How about now?
No.
Can't you
Yeah.
do what you normally do?
Yeah. but- What? Why do you not have this setup? Why does the setup change every single time? I don't
No, I
understand.
will say I did move my computer over here because I was getting a bad back over there.
But why aren't you using the same exact equipment every single time, like Dave and I do?
Because when we did the last one, I used my nephew's headset and you loved it. You guys
Okay.
loved
So did you
it. And
steal
so
it?
I'm like, shit, I should get a fucking gamer's headset.
Oh
And that's
my
what I did.
God.
I bought a gamer's headset today. I was all excited. There's future for you guys. Nothing's fucking working.
Yes. Here's the torture that you don't experience. I have to re-listen to this and pick something out of here, and it's a graveyard of material.
Oh,
It's me listening to 8 minutes of you trying to get your mic correct.
I don't know. There's some real problems here.
Why do I
Yeah.
feel he's just eating pizza right now? He's like not
Yeah.
even doing
I'm
anything.
not,
That's all he's doing.
He's just sitting back.
Yeah.
It's really.
Okay, Omar, we see you, but we don't hear you. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
No, Mike.
We don't hear shit. And you look like you're a general of an X-wing fighter.
How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can
How
hear
about
you.
now?
You know, you should think about testing this before we record.
Yes. You're wasting our time. What
Wow.
the hell is that? I almost want to put this entire 11
Yeah.
minutes.
You could put it at the end and just you can hear our pain.
The entire 11 minutes, just put it out there for people to know what you and I go through before each one of these episodes.
I'm no pain.
on a drop.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but we can't
Ah,
see you.
better.
That sounds good. We can't see you.
You can't see me? What?
No. Why would you turn the camera off? What
I
is
can
the
see
heck-
you fuckers. Fuck off. I see you.
We do
I
not
can't
see you.
see you.
I swear to God.
Really? I can
Yes.
see myself in the thing.
No.
Click the camera.
There we
you are.
go. Now let me talk.
Hello?
There we go. All
Wow.
right, listen.
Wow.
Whatever you have right now, this concoction, this is the concoction you use next time. Don't buy anything.
I don't know
that
why
you-
you're fucking using that word, dude. That word fucking triggers me.
What, concoction?
Concoction. Don't fucking use that word in front of me.
Well, you're being a concoction.
Hold on.
No, don't hold on.
Welcome, everybody, to the 41st FTS podcast. You see, my boys are already laughing. We're off to a hot start here. And as some of you know, we have a really interesting approach here. What we like to do is each bring up a topic that the other two don't know about. And hopefully it creates some entertaining conversation. Actually, at this point, I'm going to welcome our two co-hosts. They're being very ornery tonight. They've been claiming I've been slowballing this
For
evening.
good reason.
Yeah, for good reason is right.
Yeah, it's abusive relationships. These how that's but it's all being recorded now. So if I ever go to court, this
You've
will
got
be
evidence.
played again.
I
But
will definitely
Josh-
use this piece of audio as evidence. No problem.
It'll
Josh,
be the
Dave?
evidence of why we're guilty of self-defense when we murder you. That's the only
It
thing
was
it'll prove.
grueling. But as
Yeah.
I said then, and I'll say it again now, I fell in love with each of you a little bit more during that process.
It's very
You
sweet.
guys are so patient. I'm sure you were that way with your kids. Probably not.
For those who don't know what he's referring to, we had 17 minutes of audio-visual correction on Omar's part, so we
Was it-
finally were able to start this podcast.
Was it that long?
17 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because you got new gamer headset just for
I
this
did.
occasion.
I
Yeah.
did.
And
I did.
it might work. It just, you need to have some prep time.
And imagine I was the wife who got ready on Valentine's Day with lingerie and new perfume and Anita Baker
That
and
analogy
like
is not
roses,
holding up.
and then you come home. No, I went to all this time today trouble to buy a new headset.
Yes, I
And
understand, but
work.
you showed up in the bedroom not in lingerie. You showed up with herpes simplex 12 and scabs with pus all over your body. That's what Dave and I experienced.
Wow. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm trying to paint a picture for our listeners.
Well, into that tangent, Josh, how are you doing today? Are you feeling better than last week? How are your shingles?
So my shingles are better, but not great. I was actually I got bumped up and got a steroid and a pain medication, and then I felt good. I was away this weekend, and then I felt really good. And
Wow.
yeah, my shingles started to scab up, and then as soon as I was done with the pain medicine, like I had the last one and the last steroid, the next day it started hurting again. So I'm kind of like in that discomfort level. No, it's not what it was.
Do you want
but
me
like,
to get you more pain meds? I know some guys from the Balkans.
yes, I'm sure you do know some guys. I'm gonna need them, so I might if I wink at you.
Did you end up flying to St. Louis?
Oh yeah, so the podcast was before that. Yeah, so when we last left you in episode 40, I had just gotten shingles and was about to fly to St. Louis.
Yeah.
To see Dave and others, and I did, and I got to tell you, it was the most hellish flight of my entire life. It's only a 2.5-hour flight or a little bit less, but it was a small regional jet, and I was like in so much pain and so uncomfortable, and you can't get up and walk around, you can't change position. It was hell, and I was just.
Hey Josh, can you put that on pause for a second? Dave, were you happy that Josh was coming as this is going on?
Look, I told him he didn't have to come to St. Louis. It was nice that he came, and we had some business to take care of. It was nice we did do it face to face. So it was not like it didn't matter.
It was a particularly relevant trip as opposed to most of his travel, which is usually just a boondoggle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Josh, on the flight, did people know you were in pain? How did you?
I don't see how at least the guy next to me didn't know, because I was like wincing every 20 seconds as I just tried to. You just have to just move a little bit and get pressure off certain parts, and you can't do it with any type of success in that little tiny airplane seat. It was terrible.
Was that the most grueling thing you've been through since you got married? Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I meant like in 20 years.
I don't know. I mean, I've had
it sounds pretty physically grueling to me.
It was all.
My
Shingles,
God.
by the way, is not fun. And I said this last time, and
Yes.
I'll say it again. Run, do not walk to get your shingles vaccine.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks now, 2
Right.
weeks, and I'm still in pain. 2 weeks, and I had a doctor's appointment today for something else, different doctor. But he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, doc, I know it's not your field, but I've had shingles." And he said, "Oh, geez." I said, "Yeah." He said, "How long you had him?" I said, 2 weeks. He said, "You still in pain?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, that could last up to 3 months." I go, "Thanks, doc."
Oh man.
So what was worse pain, like shingles when you were flying, or the first 20 minutes of our podcast today?
Oh, good question.
Both were very painful.
Close?
Right. The difference was I thought shingles would eventually end. With you, I thought we'd be in perpetuity of an AV audio fix.
You almost got me to spit out mine.
Yeah.
Well done. Dave, how are you?
I'm good. What I will say about Josh's visit is there's a group of us in the office together, and I think we all uniformly figured out that shingles is contagious for at least 2 weeks.
It is.
So this 2-day nonsense is coming from someone not qualified to be a physician, apparently. But
clearly went to Hackensack.
Yeah.
Which is the medical school in Philly.
It is that's not the Hackensack's in New Jersey. But the doctor did say it was not contagious, but there were differing opinions on the internet as to
Yeah.
my level of contagiousness, but my lesions were all covered up, so it's
Yeah,
not like
so
they
at
were
least
exposed.
when none of
David,
us were touching
I
his
don't know what kind of
lesions,
meeting you guys had last week, but the fact that you let him come see you with lesions, I mean, this is incredible.
I'm
It's incredible.
dedicated.
That's
I'm
right.
dedicated,
What is going
Omar.
on?
this is
You're
serious
always
work we do.
dedicated.
Yeah,
It's-
this isn't some fly-by-night operation.
That's
we need
right.
we need people here.
I did
So-
need to be there in person, by the way. After the meetings that we had, I'm glad. If I had done that remotely, it would have been very, very different.
Well, I'm glad.
So I'm doing fine. I'm in Aaron Rodgers watch right now. I'm waiting to see if Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Jets or the Dolphins or who knows what. So every day I'm glued to my phone waiting to
But
see.
like, what do you okay, what's the probability that Jordan Love, who's the back quarterback currently on the Green Bay Packers, has a Aaron Rodgers type of career?
Oh, 0%. I mean, 0.
Not zero. Nothing zero.
0 point. So 1%, I'll say. I mean,
Will he be a top 50 percentile quarterback, you think?
he could. Yes, that is very likely. He's been waiting his turn, and they say he's really developed and learned a lot from Rodgers. So he could be a very good quarterback. But to have Rodgers' career is that's a really high bar. So and he doesn't have to do that. He just needs to be above average, and I think they'll do fine. So
Well, look, I mean, this is why we're different, right? Josh has known this, and Josh has always mentioned this to me off camera. Like, I have what's called fortitude. Like,
yeah.
we are going to
No,
probably,
he mentions that to me all the time.
The
I
Ravens
say
are gonna
that all the
lose-
time.
The
Yeah.
Ravens are going to lose Lamar Jackson. Looks
Yeah.
like, and quite probably they might. I mean, who knows? It's 50-50. But I mean, am I bitching about that right now? I mean, you know who my backup quarterback is?
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Pro
I mean,
bowler
He
Tyler
didn't go to the
Huntley.
Pro Bowl. Yeah,
right.
but
that's
still,
right.
I mean, it is nuts. But I want them to trade him. I'm done. I'm out of Lamar Jackson
All right.
business.
So, but
Anyway,
so what was your fortitude then?
Yeah.
exactly.
What's
You're-
the fortitude?
that I'm not showing you any sadness. I'm not leading with
Oh,
that.
you're able to
Okay.
even keel.
Yes.
Okay.
So how are you
Yes.
doing, Omar? We'll turn it on you.
I'm not traveling for a month, so I'm very happy.
Wow, that's unusual for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, all of my suitcase is still out. It's staring at me. It's waiting for me to fill it back up again. Um,
Do you think
And
you'll
I
make
have
it a month in Puerto Rico? Once you get antsy, do you think, and
No.
want to hit the road? No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I need about 2 weeks here.
You
But I
said a
haven't-
month.
No, I mean 2 weeks before I have any longing to
Oh,
travel
okay.
at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very content just being here and having my routine. I have like one meal a day, pizza,
One meal a day.
1 meal a day now. I had it. I had
Get
my
the hell
latte
outta
in the
here.
morning,
That's super unhealthy.
That
and then
makes
I
no
ate
sense.
pizza at around 4:30. I had 2 slices,
Wait.
and then I ate a pint of ice cream.
Stop.
That's none
You're
of the
not-
food
I've been doing
groups
that
are
for the
being
last
covered there.
for the last 10 days. Look at me. I'm fantastic.
You're not eating anything from the time you wake up till 4 in the afternoon.
I have a latte, whole milk latte.
Okay,
Okay.
but you're not eating anything.
Correct. Yeah.
And
Nothing.
who told you to do this?
No one. I'm not hungry.
Yeah, why? What?
I'm telling you, I'm not hungry.
Why are you not hungry?
I don't know.
Are
I
you-
think your stomach does shrink if you
Did you
actually
get your stomach
abstain.
stapled? Did you get your stomach
No.
stapled?
Are you on
No.
that
Ozempic?
No,
Ozempic,
although
yeah.
I know someone who was on it actually.
I love that commercial.
Yeah.
Very, very catchy.
Josh, would you take it?
Why would I take it?
I don't know. Josh, well, I've seen you with your shirt off. What do you mean? I mean, you're not clothes on fat, but clothes off.
I will tell you though, this 2 week of hiatus from any working out whatsoever due to these shingles is not doing me any
Is it
favors.
already- So I have something to admit to you guys. I am taking it.
You're
What?
taking Ozempic?
I am taking it. Yep.
Wow.
I
How's
did.
that going?
So I lost 20 pounds.
Very
boom.
good.
Just-
And how's your diabetes?
It's much better, thank you.
Diabetes.
No, I had there is some levels of my blood that were higher, and so my doctor said, we could give this a try. And I know it's controversial a bit, so I feel a bit. I'm conscious about that, and I'm not going to take it forever. But it's amazing how effective it is. It's cut my appetite like a lot.
Wow.
I no longer really care to drink alcohol. It's carved that away.
Wow.
And I've been exercising. I'm seeing results, which makes me exercise more. And bam, I lost 20
Josh,
pounds
did
in 2 months.
Yeah,
That's
Dave
amazing.
mentioned this to us the other day. You and I really didn't respond because we don't really. It's really usually with David's in one ear out the other. But Josh, did Dave look different to you when you saw him in person?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely my two
Yep.
size smaller in my pant size. So I mean, it is significantly different from.
Well, the reason I was
Okay.
able to notice because he was wearing his old pants and kept holding the waistband out to show
Yeah,
everybody.
Look at me.
Yeah.
So
I went,
I
"All
know
right, that's enough,
it's
Dave, we
probably a
get it."
topic that I could bring up because it is controversial, right? It's like
Yeah.
Is it
But
controversial?
why did you take it?
well, because they said I had my insulin levels were higher at my last blood test, and
Oh.
I did talk about like I really would like to drop some weight, and it's been super hard. I've tried intermittent fasting and tried everything else, and he's like, this has an effect on your levels for your blood, and it has a side effect of reducing your weight, and so I had to get it sort of jump through hoops to get it approved and stuff, but now I'm taking it. It's been a life changer for me.
Why don't you try eating one pizza at 4 o'clock every day?
Yeah, I haven't seen that system yet.
Hey, listen, to each his own.
That's the
Clearly.
Domino's diet.
Yeah.
See, you guys are fat. You guys are both like fat part of the curve guys.
No,
Yeah.
we're not.
Yes, you are. You're all about the fat part of the curve.
Well, it's better than
I'm
being on the left tail.
I'm normal weight. I'm average weight for my height.
I'm not talking about where you lie in distribution for your physical weight and height. I'm talking about how you guys think about life.
That's deep.
Yeah.
My point is, for some people, there's people who smoke every day and live till they're 99 years old.
Yes,
or
but
100 years old.
that doesn't mean that's the right
Right?
way to go.
That's the fat part of the curve.
Okay. All right.
I'm
I
like,
got
you know.
I got you. Hey, are you going to give out our email address anytime soon as the host, or I don't know what you're doing?
Actually, Josh, I
Doing a lot of
wanted
lollygagging.
I wanted to give you the stage to actually talk about the new email address.
Yeah, it's not new, and it's because you don't know it.
Well, it's FTS.
No. Jeez. I mean,
Josh,
this is
please.
episode 41.
It starts with F.
Friends at FTS.media. Friends at FTS.media.
It's like
Omar
he's hearing
wanted
it
to
for
be the
first
host.
time.
Omar wanted to be the host, episode 41, unprepared, and this is what we get. And,
Yeah.
and we kind of knew that last time when you grabbed the reins.
Did we
You
get
didn't know
any
the email address?
Thank you for the email address, Josh. Did we get any emails this week?
We did. We have one email and one new email
Exciting.
and one new winner of Deacon Whiskey.
Right.
It's exciting.
It tastes like pancakes with no syrup.
Yeah, with a little syrup.
A little syrup.
Yes. Yes, as Omar described it last time.
When
But
is-
that makes 5 people. That makes 5 people that are
Five
gonna
more to
bottle
go.
Deacon Whiskey, and there's 5 more available. So let's get those emails in.
That's very exciting. It's very exciting, and I'm always very excited to see both of you guys. And as much as I curse about you when I'm not on the phone with you and I see you face to face, it's always like it's a ray of sunshine.
Oh, great background.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
it's
read the
true.
email, Josh, or do you?
Yeah, go for it.
I got it right here. Okay, so this email is from Dawn, and her title is "From Your Biggest Fan," which that might be true. They might
Could be.
have. We've got another person in one of our lives that could also count for this.
We've got a couple big fans. Very
Yep.
few, like Flight of the Conchords. If you've ever seen Flight of the Conchords, that one woman who follows that band around.
Well, so I think Dawn is clearly at least tied for number one. I think we could.
Yes,
oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
that's fair.
I
So-
think Dawn will have the most clever thing. I can't wait to hear it. I have a feeling.
Okay, so Dawn starts off with "Hey guys," not "What's good." It's
Not
"Hey
what's good.
guys," which
Like our friend Jim.
ever since I said that, all I can hear in movies now is people saying "What's good."
See, it's
I
a
saw
thing. I told you.
I saw Creed 3. Everyone's saying "What's good."
Ooh.
What's good? What's
Yeah.
good? It's a thing. Jim Y is on it.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm the one that's out of it. I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, she says, "Hey guys, just heard the suggestion for you to record short form podcast
Per Jim
How-
Y.
per Jim Y." Right.
Yeah.
Jim Y's impact on our podcast is significant.
This is our
Uh,
first email about another email.
Yeah, right.
Exciting.
I thought it'd take a long time before that happened.
Yes.
We made it. We made it. She goes on, how about sisters interview their brothers? And you think of it, each one of
Ah.
our sisters has come up in our podcast.
Yes, they have.
Oh.
It could be podcasting gold. And then she says, "Do I get a bottle of whiskey?" And then she, just begs for the
Yeah,
whiskey,
then she
of
wants
course.
the whiskey. Yeah.
Oh.
Or she said, "Does a sibling violate a podcasting swag rule?" So
Mm,
yes, Dawn is my sister.
yes.
So she is a big fan. Heard it from the beginning, and against all odds, she actually likes the podcast, which I couldn't believe anyone actually does, but much less my sister. But
I think what could be also interesting. That's a great concept. Is that we interview one of our sisters on the podcast all together.
Well, that's not what Dawn said. She wanted.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay.
he's
Yeah.
he,
Well,
the right tail of the curve again.
it's an interesting idea. Maybe
Yep.
we do something like that. So thank you, Dawn. We really appreciate it.
So we have them on and we interview one at a time, or we
I think we
Yeah.
got to think about it.
Yeah, we bring someone
like,
on this
one at a
podcast.
time.
We get to know more about you.
yeah.
What happened to you?
What if we interviewed the sister? What if the two non-brothers interviewed the sister? Then we could really learn.
I think wasn't that what you're saying, Omar?
Yeah.
No, you're just making that
No,
up.
it's not true. I'm saying us have one of our sisters on at the time at the same.
Right,
one
but
at
then
a
we
time.
get, in other words, you and I get to interview Dave's sister.
Right.
Dave and you get to interview my sister, and Dave and I get to interview your sister /
right.
girlfriend.
If my sister's on, for example, I would still be here.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah, and
Defend yourself.
reacting or
Yes.
chiming in. What? Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. This
All
is
right.
Okay,
brilliant.
this is not a bad idea. I love it.
All right.
Dawn's on it. Dawn gets a bottle of Deacon whiskey.
Tastes like pancakes.
Tastes like pancakes without syrup, but wait,
That's-
just a little bit of syrup.
I gotta nail that next time.
Yeah,
God damn
yeah.
it.
It's really
Yeah.
solid.
By the way, we officially have a sponsor, Deacon
Yes.
Whiskey.
Deacon whiskey.
No, I never asked him. I asked him 2 days ago. He said yes, of course.
Oh, all right. So it is it.
Don't
Yeah.
reveal that on the air that we
Yeah,
just
and
completely
by the
put
way,
the
he
cart
likes
before
the
the
whole
horse.
pancake thing.
Of course he does. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant tagline.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's
Thank
on the
you, Don.
bottle.
That was a neat suggestion. So David, I think you should go first.
Okay, I will go first. First of all, I did send you guys an email. This is not my topic, but real quick, I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but the New York Times wrote an article that apparently women who are on dating sites now, one of the cautionary red flags that they'll see is, does the guy have a podcast? And I sent that to you because, that doesn't apply to me and Josh. But
Yes.
Omar, I don't know if the podcast is it something that's, is it a hook for your dates, or is it more of like, oh, here's another guy with a podcast?
I think it's the equivalent of like
Leprosy.
it's like the equivalent of like living in New Jersey. Like you don't let them know until they absolutely have to know. So I think it's much more along those lines.
When they spot your microphone and like, do you have a podcast?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that article as well, and I didn't read it, and then I got it from you, and I think it's definitely not something that I lead with. Do you guys know anyone that does lead with it? Do you guys lead with it?
Yeah, I know someone. His name is Josh Kaplan.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can take it.
No.
But you're proud of your podcast, right, Josh?
Of course.
Yeah.
Definitely proud of the podcast.
Yeah. I think I am too, but I think it depends on the audience. Depends on the audience.
Depends on the audience.
Yeah. Because it does kind of feel like saying, well, you know what? I think I'm funny. I have a podcast. That's kind of what you're indirectly saying,
Yeah,
right?
sort of. It's
But to me, the foundation for all of this is that I enjoy seeing you guys, and I know we arguably talk a lot less on the phone than we used to because of this. But you know what? I get to see you guys, and that enough is enough for me.
I agree.
I
agree.
I
So
love
it's
watching you for 17 minutes struggle with your
Yes, I
headset
miss-
and laptop camera. That's
have that
a
without the
joy for
podcast.
me. I absolutely love it.
All right, let me jump into my topic.
Yeah, that's your topic, Dave.
Okay. So let me put this set the stage here. So I go to a church here in St. Louis called Redemption, and my pastor Corey, who listens to the podcast as well.
Who gets a bottle of Deacon whiskey?
Correct. He is also. He's been preaching on a sermon series called Kingdom Economics, and it's all about, kind of a Christian approach to saving and earning money and different things. So, but they came up with an article that I wanted to talk to you about with you guys. I'm not going to get into the whole theological issue debate with it. But it came to a study that said, and it's
Adam and Eve. I would choose Eve.
That wasn't the article
I
was
would
going
bite the apple too. Josh, you'd bite the apple. I know you would.
If it was a Granny Smith, no. But I will absolutely go for a Red Delicious or
How
a
about
honey
Granny
or a
Smith
Honey
with,
Crisp.
how about Granny Smith with caramel?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Listen,
caramel.
you've hijacked my topic.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
come back
hijacking
to
my
my
topic.
Sorry.
Keep
All
going.
right, so there was a study about how much money you need to make in order to be happy.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay, interesting.
On average, and there's different numbers here, but globally,
Yeah.
do you want to take a guess at how much they say that if you make up to a certain point, you will be happier? When you make $1 more than that number, you start to become
Okay,
less
so
happy.
let me understand what we're guessing. Are we
Yep.
guessing a net worth number, or are we
Nope.
guessing an annual salary?
Annual
number?
income, salary.
And this is around the globe. This is developed and developing nations.
This is everything. Actually, let's since that's such a wide swath, let's
Yeah.
keep it to North America.
Okay, so they're asking North Americans, what do you have to make to be happy? You don't need $1 more.
Well, I don't think they're asking what do you make to be happy. I think they're studying different ways of happiness.
You probably studied like
scales.
10,000 people across different
Oh
income,
boy, this
income
is
levels.
tough. I don't even want to say a number.
And yes, and so they're trying to track. They're
They
probably
did
asking
some
them
mean
questions.
reversion. They did some kurtosis. Did some.
Wow, you're smart.
Yeah. Way to just
You're
throw
all
out
about statistics. The
Yeah.
fat tails and the kurtosis. My goodness.
skew.
But so they've I don't let's just buy that the study is accurate. Otherwise, my
fine.
question is, so they're saying there is a level where you make more, your happiness starts to dip down because you have more hours dedicated to the job. You're not as free. You have more stress,
Or
right?
what Puff Daddy said, mo money, mo problems.
Exactly.
That's what my tattoos say, bro.
Yeah,
That's what this says on my hands.
That's that's exactly what my pastor said. He said the world tells us that's more money, no
problems.
problems. But
Yeah,
he said no,
yeah.
that's not the way it's. So
By the way, only poor people say that, by the way.
yeah, that's correct. That's exactly right.
So what
and
do you think the number is?
money does buy happiness, by the way, as well. So
all right, then
that's a big lie.
What do you think the number of the study is in North America?
Oh God, I don't even want to
My-
venture a guess. Go ahead, Omar.
My number is $75,000.
Get the hell out of here.
Have you seen the
75,000?
study?
What?
Have you
No,
seen the
Not
but
that
study?
number.
But I read an article about something like this like 5 years ago or 10 years ago.
Is that the number?
That is,
Is it-
well, so if it globally, it's around 75,000. And
Oh
so
my God.
that is exactly the number my pastor threw out there. Said it might be updated now for the inflation because I think it was
I
like
thought you said
5
that you
years
read
ago.
an article about this. They kept from your pastor? I'm confused.
Yeah.
No, it's a poll. It's a poll.
Well, I
His
found the
pastor?
I,
His
the
pastor took
my
a
pastor quoted it and I found it, so I'm reading it
He
off
quoted
the
the
website.
poll.
What is going on?
No, it's not that confusing. It is a study and it's an article that I heard about through my pastor. Got it?
See,
So,
So 75 is the number.
$75,000. Yes.
that's shockingly low to me.
So in North America, according to what I'm reading here, I just saw this. They're saying now 105,000. So that's a pretty decent increase from
That's a
75.
big. Yeah, it's a big.
Let's just say it's 100. Let's say
Oh.
it's 100. Okay.
Yeah,
Say 100.
yeah.
If that's true, you're shaking your head. So I already know your answer. Like if you know that's true, let's say you believe that to be true. Why would you ever take a job?
I can
that's-
convince Josh very easily.
You
David,
didn't even
that
let
what you're
Dave finish
saying
his
is true.
sentence. I don't even know what the premise is.
Sorry.
My
What's the
question
premise,
is,
Dave?
if you think it's 100,000, you know that to be true.
Yeah.
Why would you take more money than 100,000? Why would you ever want to do something that curbs your happiness? Why would you?
Who says it curbs your happiness?
Well, the study.
So the study. Hold on a second. So in other words, according to the study, someone who makes 150,000 is less happy than someone who makes 100.
Correct.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
It's not, if you think of it, because if you make 150, it's usually a more stressful job.
Not
It might
necessarily.
It might
Not
not be. I mean,
not
this is on
necessarily.
average. It's on
Yeah,
average.
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
but
Okay,
like-
if we're assuming that more money equals more hours spent, more stress, then I get it. If there's a linear
yes.
relationship between
Yeah.
stress, hours spent, and income earned.
Well,
David,
ahead,
can
Omar.
I chime in here? David, Josh, you clearly don't know what the concept of hedonic adaptation is, do you?
You just look that up?
No. I know the hedonic adaptation. HEDONIC.
Yeah, you don't have to spell it. You don't have to spell it.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, of course. Tell Dave though, he doesn't know.
It means that let's say that like from misfortune of whatever, someone cut my arm off, okay, and I don't know, maybe I was in Nigeria and there was some warlord shit going on. I don't know, but okay, I'm usually at like an 8.5 happiness wise, roughly speaking. I
Yeah.
would go down in like a 2, right?
Yeah.
Or
If your
3.
arm's cut off,
But
that would sour my day.
but my point is that eventually I revert back to like an 8.5.
I don't think
You just
so.
revert. And there's been numerous studies done on this. It's actually a school of thought and based on research. And if you win the lottery and you're a miserable person, you're happy for like a week or a few days, and then you're miserable again. It doesn't. You always revert back to where you are, and you're like, listen, you could be living in fucking Ukraine and you'd be this pleasant guy. Like
Listen.
you'd have now you'd be a Ukrainian with shingles. That'd be particularly bad.
I've had shingles for 2 weeks. I have not
but
been pleasant at all.
I think that you would still be a pleasant guy. And so I think based on Dave's research thing he mentioned, I think dovetails into that a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, but you're saying if someone has a demeanor that's a certain way, then I think money.
Happiness.
Yeah, but money doesn't factor in at all. If you're unhappy because you don't know where your next meal is from, because
That's the
you can't
point.
fix something in your house that needs to be fixed, because you can't send your kid to a field trip or something like that, and now all of a sudden you can't tell me that your level of happiness doesn't go up.
I think you got to de-link the two. Like, what is happy? It's, it's freedom. It's say it's spending time with your loved ones. There are things,
Yeah.
and the job
But
pulls
there's
that away.
always going to be something else then to think about, Josh. That's around the same concept of not being there where you can't do that other thing. Dave, you're agreeing with Josh. I think you should disagree with him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
I do disagree.
I'm just talking.
No, I do disagree, because I feel like
Yes.
we don't focus on happiness, we focus on money.
Correct.
And they equate happiness with money. And the problem is, the reason we do that is because we can't be happy at 75 if our neighbor makes 100.
Well,
Like, it's
okay,
the
there's-
comparison game, that's
yes,
the problem. And
there's
that's
some
where
truth
we
to
end
that.
up getting.
There's some truth to that. But I will say this: have you ever been on a jet ski? It's
I don't know
impossible.
if I have been on a jet ski.
It's impossible not to smile on a jet ski. It's impossible.
I'm over it within
It's impossible.
Within about 2 minutes. I've
And
had it.
And money buys jet skis.
I'm not Kenny Powers.
Listen, jet skis are a lot of fun. I'm saying that tongue in cheek here, but I see what you're saying. But my point is that there is a certain level. I agree. There's definitely a certain level where there's a law of whatever you want to call it. The curve starts to bend. You don't get as happy or whatever. But if you're at a point,
Are you happier today, Josh, than you were 10 years ago?
sure. Well, I have shingles today, so that's not a good day. But let's say a week from now, maybe yes. Maybe 2.5 weeks ago I was.
You're happier today than you were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's a lot of factors
Wow.
going into that.
You just
Yeah.
said it. You're not thinking back to where you were. You just said yes immediately.
Yes, I
That's
can
crazy.
think about where I was. Yes, I'm happier. I'm happier
I
today.
mean, I think back. I don't know where the fuck I was 10 years ago. I guess I was
Yeah,
in
but
New York.
look, there's good things and bad things. It's both. Some things got better, some things get worse. Some, so there's a give and take. But I'm very happy.
Well, let
in
me ask you
general.
this question. If you think of your favorite vacation that you've had,
Yeah.
is it the most expensive one that you took?
Okay, but there are vacations I'd like to take that I can't.
Like what? Like
Oh, I'd love to go. You ever? This is what I really want to do.
3 weeks in Australia or something? Or
Yeah, but you ever you ever see those huts that are like in Bali that are over the water?
yeah, I
That-
would like that too.
I want to do one of the. I want to do something like that.
I think you're only allowed to go to those if you're on your honeymoon.
No, it's not true.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what they say?
You check documentation.
They do. Oh,
Mhm.
Shit.
But I'm a deacon actually. I can marry you, so
Yeah.
take care of that.
Well, because I think of my favorite vacations. A lot of them we went. I remember one time we went to Disney World and stayed at a Motel 6. It was just the two of us. My wife and I went, and it was like we had no money, but we had a blast because
Okay. Stop. I'm gonna
Well-
stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there.
you're gonna.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Set me straight.
There is no way in hell you would go to a Motel 6 today.
No, that's right.
That's my
That's-
point.
Well, yes, but I think the point is like it isn't always the most expensive thing that may be the happiest.
Josh, if something unforeseen happened and Dave had to start doing that again with his wife, they would eventually be happy doing that too.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But
Josh, Dave has a much more successful podcast, and he still comes to this one.
I'm happy with both.
He's happy with both.
Yeah, but Dave's greedy. He wants more and more podcasts. It's never enough for him. It's
There's
never
a point
enough.
where, yes, there's so many podcasts where you start to.
What does your pastor say about number of podcasts?
Yeah, what's the number?
I'm way over. I think it's just an interesting idea, and I
don't buy that number.
Well, that may, but it's true though that if I were to go to Disney World and stay at the Grand Floridian, but then I've got
Josh, I did the numbers for like a single person.
You just cut him off again.
Sorry, you said Glenn. It's for a single person. It's not for a family.
It might be for a single person, but if I were at the Grand Floridian and I have to keep track of my emails and my phone because I got to be on call or whatever, right? It's like I'm staying in a nice place, but
so if
it's not as much fun.
If we're comparing, okay. So in other words, this is a whole different question though. If you could go to the best hotel, fly first class, and yet be stuck doing work things that are tugging at you the whole time on vacation versus going to maybe a couple steps down and flying coach, you might have an argument.
Yeah.
You might have an argument.
Point.
That's not what we're talking about, though.
Well, I think it is because I think usually higher income usually means more responsibility and more. And
it does.
You know what your problem is? You guys are thinking about this the wrong way.
Okay, help us out. What
we need to do is what I do. Just have rich friends.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Nothing matters.
You're our rich friend, Omar.
I don't have any money. I don't have money, but I have rich friends.
Well, they
have houses.
The study didn't cover that.
And you want to know what? Because everybody wants something from them, and I don't. They like to hang out with me.
Yeah, it's funny because you say you have rich friends, and then Dave and I are like, "Well, you're our rich friend."
That's right.
Yeah.
And
see, isn't it? It's all relative.
So we are following your advice.
I love you fuckers.
That's so sweet.
By the way, you're doing a kick-ass job hosting, Omar.
So guys, I will say, David, back to just to close out your topic, like the number's probably higher than 75 but there is a number that isn't not much higher.
There's also though
happiness is a choice.
Happiness is a choice. I agree with that. But you also, the more money you make, the sooner you can stop working as well.
That's true. I mean, I don't think the study goes into that, and the stress of like, do I have enough savings and things like that.
Correct.
But
that's right.
That is all true. But I think it's an interesting concept to think about is what do we try to maximize in our lives? Is it income, which is what I think we're sort of taught to do rather than happiness.
Be better in a room. Have you guys seen the movie The movie Saw?
No.
But you know what the concept is, right?
It's a guy with arms that are saws.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's
and
what
there's 5 people who wake up in a room. They're all chained to a wall.
Yeah.
There's a dead body in the room, and there are these things that happen. If you don't answer questions or things properly, then you get severed and killed and maimed, and it's just nuts what goes on. It's a very dark, and there's like Saw 7 now. There's like Saw 10 now.
Okay.
They're all completely gory. Anyway, it's panic inducing for me. I can't watch it really anymore.
Yeah,
but I think Josh would be good at it. Josh, you're always like pleasant. Do you ever panic, Josh?
Yeah, I've had panics. I'm about to. My topic is a little bit of a panic, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's go into that.
All right.
You want to flow into that?
Hey, how's that transition? How's that for transition?
No, it's smooth operator.
Smooth like sandpaper.
So often.
So this last weekend, I took a trip. My wife and I took a trip. We went to see our daughter, which was nice for the weekend. And we were flying down to Nashville. And we had a little incident that really made me very anxious and really put me in that state of panic, like you were just talking about, and it drove me nuts. More so anger, though. More so anger. And let me set the scene for you.
Did you stay in a hotel in Nashville?
Yeah, I stayed in a hotel.
Which one?
The Marriott.
Okay, so I'm staying there. I booked an event there.
Yeah, this is neither the time nor the place to discuss hotel accommodations. We can talk about that offline.
By the way, last time you were in Nashville, didn't someone follow you up to your room and wanted to
yes, I talked about I talked about that on the podcast. That was one of my
did it happen again?
It did not happen again. We were not propositioned in the elevator like we were last time.
If it happened again, I'd start to think now you're embellishing.
If it happened again, I don't even know if I could tell you for fear of you not believing me at all.
That's right.
That would be unbelievable.
Swingers.
Yeah. But anyway, so here's what happened. So we went to the airport, as you do when you're about to fly somewhere. And there was a storm that was coming into Nashville. Okay. Yeah, Dave.
Are you gonna tell a bad flying story?
Not really. Well,
Okay.
sort of, but you'll see.
Okay.
So there's a storm coming into Nashville, and it's going to be bad. I mean, the wind's blowing, heavy gusts, the whole nine, and they're about to get storm. And where we are in Philly is about to get rain. The rain's about to come down hard. So they make an announcement. Hey, everybody, it's a full flight. The pilot would like to board the plane early and as quickly as possible to get off the ground to beat the weather. Okay? So I'm like, great. What's that noise?
Motorcycle just drove
Anyone hear
by.
that? Okay. So I'm like, fine. Now my wife's not a good flyer like you, Dave, and so she's like, "Oh no, what?"
That's what we do. Oh no.
Yes. And meanwhile, for some reason it doesn't faze me. I always think in my head like, they practice this, right? They're not taking chances. They know what they're doing. They practice this crap all the time. So I'm completely calm. I have no worries about it. In fact, all I want to do is get on the plane and go. I want to beat this weather too. So we do it, and everyone's there. Everyone's cooperating. It's awesome. They load us all in, and we are on there ready to go. Literally like 20 minutes ahead of schedule.
Small plane, big plane.
Small. It's not a 737. It's smaller than that. I think it's an Embraer.
A 2x2.
Yeah, it's a 2x2, but it's not a small regional.
Okay.
So we board the plane, and I'm like, okay, good. We're gonna get this going, and now we can start to see the rain coming down outside the window. And they start I can see the jetway starting to pull away. I'm like, okay, good. We're gonna get ahead of this.
Are you sure that you want to tell this story with Dave?
Yes, it has nothing to do with flying. You'll see in a second. We start to pull away, and then all of a sudden, across the aisle.
By the way, just for the listeners, Dave has already pulled out half of the hair from his head.
It's not even a flying story.
Right.
It just happened to be taking place on a plane. Across the aisle, there's a woman, and I notice her, and she's in the window seat, and she's in recline, and she keeps trying to put her seat up. And I'm looking. I say to my wife, look at that woman. She can't get her seat out of recline.
Oh my God.
She goes, so I go, yeah, I know. I go, hopefully it's enough. Let's just get out of here and go. And sure enough, I see her raise her hand, and I go, I literally said out loud, I go, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Like it was like out of instinct. Wasn't really talking to her. I was just kind of talking in the air. Don't do it. And of course, the flight attendant who was about to buckle up in her jump seat comes over. Yes, ma'am. Is it a problem my seat won't go up? And I went, you stupid. And I went,
the 2 inches.
Nuts. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Just let it go. Because I know what's coming. Now FAA regulations say you can't fly if the seat won't come back from recline. Oh my God. Like, what are you doing? It's a matter of exactly, Dave. It's 2 inches. It's recline, itty bitty bit, up, itty bitty bit.
Although if it's right in front of me, it feels like it's 2 feet.
But whatever.
God.
No one gives a shit. No one cares.
Oh, this is terrible. What happened? You got stuck?
So the flight attendant now has no choice but to report this. And now all of a sudden, now we have to get maintenance, and now we're stuck. Because this stupid bee opens her damn mouth and says something about her stupid chair, and I lost it. I'm like, I cannot believe. And now she's got to get out. The maintenance guys come on. They are trying to fix her chair. And now I'm thinking like, what if they can't fix her chair? Are we going to all have to deboard? Are we going to get a new plane? Are they going to kick her off? What's going to happen here? And how long is this going to take? Because we're trying to beat the storm.
I would have lost.
I was losing it. I was losing my mind. And I'm staring daggers into her. Like, what is wrong with you?
Did anyone else on the plane know that it was her?
Oh yeah, everyone in my area all knew it was her because she.
And did she care?
She didn't seem to understand what the hell she did. She didn't realize the domino effect that she had just brought on this plane. So the maintenance guys come on. She's got to go down the aisle.
Terrible.
They're fixing the seat for like 15 minutes. We've missed our window. Now the pilot comes back. Folks, now we have to wait to see if we can reroute around the storm. It's going to take longer. We had dinner reservations. We were meeting people for dinner. That was shot. I mean, the whole thing was screwed up just because this woman would.
Wow.
So here's my question to you guys. Am I in the right here to be this angry, or rules are rules? Like, God forbid there was a problem in the air and this seat's reclined and the person behind her, I don't see how the person couldn't get out, but you know what I mean? There's a reason why they have it, so you don't recline, so people can get out easier in case of emergency.
Right.
So am I an asshole and I should abide by FAA rules, or is this just so stupid and ridiculous? She just completely derailed our entire night.
I was trying to think if it was like my daughter's on a plane and her seat didn't go up, I could see her easily raising her hand just because, you know, she doesn't know better. Right. And so, and then realized it made the whole experience, the flight, it's going to be late and it probably wasn't a direct decision of, if I raise my hand, well, I'm going to delay this flight by 2 or 3 hours. How long was it delayed then?
So it wasn't delayed. It wasn't delayed that long. We were delayed like another 30 minutes before we took off. But the problem was it added another 40 minutes to the flight because we had to go around the storm. They changed the entire route because we didn't get out on time or on the time they wanted to.
Was it a bumpy flight?
Yeah, it was very bumpy coming in. It doesn't faze me whatsoever. You would have lost your shit.
Yeah, I would have been so anxious knowing that the storm's coming. We're just
here.
Yeah, Dave's focusing on, understandably, on the flight.
Yeah,
I would have. I don't know. I probably would have been just as upset about it as you were.
I mean, I wanted to. I said to my wife, I'm like, I should have just stood up before she called the flight attendant because I saw her screwing with the chair and said, "Hey, listen, don't say anything. Just leave it be, or they're gonna halt this flight." I should have said that, but I didn't do it. Would that have been wrong? Would that have been wrong to do?
Well, if plane goes down, one person died because they got caught on a
reclining seat. Shit. Are you fucking nuts? It's like if people say you have to go swimming in a pool when there's a thunderstorm. It's all bullshit.
Well, I don't know about that one. That one might be.
I don't.
Anyway, you get my point, okay? It's all nonsense. All these different restrictions they have on flights and seats and the trays, and so if the plane goes down, you're fucking dead. Okay, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I agree. That little recline is not going to save anybody.
Yeah,
this woman. And by the way, you should tell I tell all my godkids this exact rule.
What exact rule?
About the airplane seats.
You do?
Yes.
You've given them the talk on the airplane seats.
What is the rule exactly?
I have 3 rules when I get on a plane.
Ahead,
First rule is that you get something for the flight attendants, right?
Oh yeah, that's your thing.
The second rule is you don't have coffee ever on a plane in the afternoon because it's been the whole day.
Oh, okay.
Third rule, no bare feet.
Okay,
Right.
how do we get to the seats?
I'm sorry, it was 4 rules.
4 rules.
And the fourth rule is do not say a word to the flight attendants until you're up in the air.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Let them get up. Yeah. Don't say a word.
Don't say shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going nuts in my head. I'm going, what is wrong with you? I wanted to get up and scream. Like, shut your mouth. What are you doing?
Lost it.
So stupid.
I wonder how that would have gone if you'd have said, "Hey, don't say anything. Like, let's just."
Or I will kill you.
Okay.
Well, you wonder if the person behind her was like, hey, "What are you talking about? This is leaning on me." Like that could have gone wrong. But
guess what? The person behind her probably didn't want her to say anything either. Probably wanted to get up in the air.
Well, they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, didn't want to sit there. I mean, anyone who's flown more than 2 times knows that we are now going to be in a horrible delay because your seat won't come back from recline.
You don't blame the flight attendant at all for just saying, like, "Listen, are you okay? If you're fine."
No, because she can't. I could see it in her eyes. I could see it because the flight attendant, you could tell. I could just tell she wanted to bypass it. She wanted to say, "Are you comfortable enough? It's fine. Let's just go." Yeah. But she knew by regulation and law she could not.
Get fired.
Once told, she had to call maintenance. She had to tell the pilot. She had to call maintenance, and she lit off a domino effect to us just getting screwed and getting in so much later.
How'd your wife take it?
I was gonna say, here the true victim is probably your wife. She has to wait, and she's next to Unsufferable.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my wife has to hear me just cursing this woman out under my
Yeah.
breath, number one. And number two, now she has to prep herself for going into the storm to land, which we did have to do.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man.
And she wasn't happy about that. But anyway, that was my experience, and I was ready to lose it. So there's my panic, Omar. I'm not always pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
those are that's a really, 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 I would have been equally as
Thank you. Okay, good. So
upset.
I'm not out of line. I'm not
It's pretty
out of-
observant of you to see it ahead of time. Like you almost
because I
willed it
saw
into
her.
existence.
I saw her foncing with it. You know what I mean? It's like you see someone. First of all, she wasn't a small gal, and she's just foncing with it and back and forth. Like you could tell she's just trying to get the seat up. And she's right across the aisle. It's my row.
Hold on.
So-
Do you think do you think that she broke the seat?
No,
Is she that big?
she was a big gal. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Let me ask you this: what if
but
she
I
was
don't
like
think she
really
will.
attractive? Would you still been upset?
Yes.
Well, it's the selective outrage that I'm learning about through Chris Rock.
I would have
Yeah.
I would have been horribly upset no matter who it was.
It wouldn't matter. Okay.
If it was Jalen Hurts, I would have been like, Jalen, what are you doing? Shut the hell up.
Jalen.
Shut up.
Jalen.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Well, then, yeah, maybe you should have stood up and said
Yeah.
something. Everyone would. You would have been a hero in most people's
Would-
eyes.
Right? Wouldn't I have been a hero? Wouldn't have people been? But then I would have drawn attention to it, and the flight would have been, what's going on over here? And we've been
Well, it's a
like,
flight
nothing.
full of Philadelphia
nothing.
people. I'm sure they're used to conflict and controversy constantly, aren't they?
Hey, listen, how about that guy trying to stab the flight attendant with the spoon? You see that incident? That didn't happen in Philly. There's some lunatics on flights now. Absolute
Yeah.
lunatics.
Yeah, I don't like
What
that.
the hell is going on?
I-
Seriously.
I think I blame it all on podcasts.
Yeah, it is podcast. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my topic, Omar.
So it's funny. I guess this happens. I wonder what percentage of the time this happens where like two of us have a topic around the same
It's
something.
happened quite a bit, actually. We've had that happen several times.
Well, it's going to happen again.
All right, let's do it.
Because mine happened on an airplane too.
There we go.
And I think, I don't know, like when I'm in a grocery store or walking in a different place on a corner of an avenue or whatever, I talk to people. I do sometimes in elevators even, and with a very low voice because elevators are very small spaces. You be able to
Yes.
moderate some people are incapable of doing that, which is unfathomable. The lack of self-awareness, but that's a whole nother thread.
Says the guy who's starting up conversations on an elevator.
Well,
But
if
it's in a low voice.
something-
He's whispering at people in elevators.
What floor?
Fair.
What floor, ma'am?
Do you like this elevator?
I love
So-
the wood paneling. So what's your point?
So I don't know. Under certain circumstances, I'm just not very conversant. And one of them is on airplanes.
Yeah, I want no
And
part
so
of
I'm flying down back to San Juan, and from Dulles, and I have Miles with me, and I did not report that I had Miles, my doggy, because I don't know, it's too much paperwork. And I kind of snuck him on, you know.
Can you
And
do
that.
that?
How do you sneak a dog on a plane?
Well, I mean, he goes in his little bag, and
Oh, so you don't need a ticket or anything for that?
Well, no, I mean you do.
Doesn't the X-ray machine go?
No, those things aren't related. That's like TSA.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
The airlines are the airlines.
Right, but
So-
so you just
so-
you just walked on with Miles in
Yeah,
the
it's a
bag,
carry-on
and
bag.
no one
It's
said
like-
shit to you.
Never. I mean,
Amazing.
well, a few times, but I get caught very rarely.
Yeah.
And so, and he's a service dog, so so sometimes
Yeah, of
I
course.
say that I didn't register or whatever.
I'm
Yeah,
not laughing.
But anyway, for this trip, like he was incognito. So I gave him some Valium, and he's out cold.
Is it a
right?
doggy Valium or is it people Valium?
No,
That's
no, people.
doggy
People.
val-
It is
people volume?
Yeah, I don't know where to get doggy Valium.
You get them
So-
from the vet.
I should do that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm kidding about the Valium, by the way. He just goes. He's just he was trained by his big brother Lou. He knows how to fly.
All right.
So he didn't say a word under the seat, but the guy next to me could kind of tell I had a dog,
yeah.
and then he starts talking to me in like a voice like we're at a concert. Okay.
Oh, geez.
And he's
Nice
like,
dog.
he's like, nice
Yeah.
dog. He goes, and the way it gets better. And I go, yeah. I got to snuck him on. He goes, oh, cool. Okay. And then he won't stop talking to me about how he's at real estate stuff in New Orleans
Ah,
and how he lives in Puerto Rico. And then the woman in the front row, which is row 1,
yeah.
is like, oh, I live in Puerto Rico. My daughter and I live in Puerto Rico
Ah,
too. And then we're all talking.
spiral.
And I have my headphones in, like,
Yeah.
so which is like a clear sign of like, I have a lot
Yeah.
going on, whatever,
right.
or whatever.
Don't talk to me.
Didn't matter. And I had to talk to him. So and I said to myself, I'm so miserable right now. These are such two pleasant people, and I have zero interest in engaging with them on anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about me as a person.
Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely not. It says you're normal
Yeah.
because
On a
I don't
plane,
want that either.
That's right. That it's not a normal social situation being on an airplane. You want your peace and quiet. I think that's totally normal.
Okay, where is
80%
it
of
more
people.
sacred? Airplane or a bathroom, public bathroom?
Oh my God. Both are no-nos.
No,
Well,
if you had to force Frank.
Well, what do you mean a bathroom?
Bathroom.
Like sitting next to each other in a stall or
No,
standing
talking to each other in a bathroom. In
just
any
at the
bathroom.
sink?
Yeah, you and a stranger.
Strangers?
Yeah, strangers.
Oh, I think
Ooh.
I would talk. I would.
It's close.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because at least a bathroom is fleeting. You're trapped.
No,
on a
I would
plane.
do
There's no way you keep
airplanes
going.
easier to talk to somebody.
No way.
For sure.
No
You're
way.
crazy.
No way. You can't get
David?
out of. You can't get out of an airplane conversation.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good point.
It's
Yeah,
like
the bathroom
turbulence.
is
You don't know
fleeting.
when it's going to end, and that can be anxiety-inducing.
First of all, on an airplane, I always put the AirPods in, always, or headphones before AirPods.
Noise canceling, right?
Yes, noise canceling. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to strike up a conversation.
Yeah.
And inevitably, you always get. I don't think I've ever been on a flight where I didn't hear two strangers talking about where they're from, what they do, why they're going to wherever the hell the plane is going. It's so annoying. And I had once the worst experience I ever had. I remember I was on a flight and it was before the days of AirPods, so I had like earphones, and the guy was talking to me, and I'm like, oh my God. So I put my earphones on just so I wouldn't have to talk to him anymore. And I even shut my eyes, and the guy would tap me on my ear, on my earphone. And I would go, and I have to take them off and go, yes. And then he would ask me a question. Like, have you ever been to Charlotte? Like, are you kidding me?
He touched your headphone.
He touched my ear.
Earbud?
Yes. That's
That's like
so
almost putting his finger in your ear.
yes. That is so wrong on so many levels. And he did it several times. And I didn't know how to stop it. I did not know. I would pretend I was sleeping. I would put my head against the opposite side of him. And he did it like 3-4 times. And it
Tapped
drove
you
me
on the
nuts.
headphones.
Tap
the
me in the
earbud.
headphones.
Earbud. It was.
Right,
That's
well,
like inches away from
well,
his eardrum.
Well, it was in the years before it had AirPods, so I had like headphones. So you tapped like the
Okay,
outside
have
of the
either one of you guys ever met anyone on an airplane that you ended up seeing again?
No.
No.
Seeing-
Other than family.
Well, seeing them on the way, I have seen people where I'm like,
Strangers.
oh, they were on the same flight as me coming here.
No.
But I didn't talk to them.
No, you hang out with them again.
No.
I have.
What?
Yeah.
You met someone
Yeah.
on an airplane and then ended up being friendly with them?
I dated this woman.
Get the hell out of here.
So I was flying to Toronto, and I go to the airport, and when I get to the airport, I realize that I forgot my passport. So I had to turn back and get my passport, come back, miss the plane, go on the next plane. And I barely get my travel agent gets me a seat. I'm in the last row of the plane, like row 36 or whatever,
Yeah.
next to the bathroom.
Oh,
And
worst.
there's this huge woman about to sit next to me, and I'm like, this is gonna be my flight. And all of a sudden I hear some conversation, and that huge woman's married to an even bigger man, and they asked to switch seats, and all of a sudden there's this beautiful woman, blonde woman, who sits next to me on the last row.
Oh, so you use that as an opportunity.
Yeah, and I had a People magazine, and I had an Economist magazine.
Oh.
So which
She
one
said,
did you?
I go, which one do you want? She goes, I'll take the
Nice
Economist.
line. She chose the Economist.
No, she chose the People.
Of course.
But and we started talking, and then we spoke. Her name was Violetta, Greek, lived in Toronto, and I never saw her until we met for a wedding in California, and that was a wonderful 5 days together.
Wow, what a
Wait, yeah.
story.
Yeah.
You took her to a wedding?
Yeah.
You took her to a wedding. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you
But you
just
said you
met her on a
coincidentally-
plane?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's,
So I think that's
wild.
the one.
that's
I think
unusual.
that's there might
Highly
have been
unusual.
others.
Yeah.
How about on a Greyhound bus? You ever dated a woman from a Greyhound bus?
I met someone on a
Little
train.
dice here.
I met someone on a train. Who's that?
Did she have a dragon tattoo?
See, you
No,
you guys should use my method. Is by the time the plane takes off, you could tap me anywhere, and I won't.
Yeah, you're
I
out
won't wake
cold.
up. Yeah, I am out completely, and so there's no talking with me. I'm the best. I don't take up the armrest. I'm just against the wall.
Do you think?
and
Do you think the
That's
three
good.
of us could just the three of us? Okay, let's assume that you guys get hall passes from your family, and we'll bring Miles with us, obviously. But do you think we could do like a road trip together for like 2 weeks, like in an RV,
What?
out across country? Like, do you
Okay.
think we get sick of each other? I'm just
Okay.
asking. Do you think we get sick of each other?
All right. Number one, I would never ever drive cross country in an RV with anybody. Anybody.
Yeah, sleep in
What?
the RV.
That sounds like
It's
my
America, man. It's an American thing. Come on.
it's my worst nightmare.
It's not
worst
Breaking
nightmare.
Bad.
Can we sleep in hotels? But we
Yes.
just drive the RV.
Oh, you can sleep in hotels?
Yes.
All right, then that's better. But still, I don't want to be trapped in it.
So you still don't want to do it.
It still sounds awful to me. I don't understand the appeal of that whatsoever. I know people do that. I
Okay,
don't
would you
get
rather
it.
do that
I
with the
don't
three
get
of
it.
us, or go on a cruise? Okay, that for a week or a cruise for a week?
I don't like cruises.
Pick one.
I'd rather go on a cruise than go in an RV. No question.
I
Not
do the
me.
RV. I do the RV. Yeah, that'd
Really?
be fun. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to music and there's
Yeah.
something if you have
A
people to
cruise,
talk
we're
to in a
stuck
car.
with everybody else. Are you nuts? Actually, you know what? I got invited to this summit series thing. Have you guys heard about this thing?
No.
It's like creative meets something meets I don't know, music and art and commerce. And this brilliant dude, Elliot Bisnow, runs it with his two partners. And they have a event on a boat like every so often where it's all these creative people for like 3 days.
And you do that.
I don't think so. I think I'll go to the closing party, which will actually be on land.
Okay, what does this have to do with anything?
Well, I got invited to this thing to go on the boat, but I don't want to do it because I could not stand being on a boat for even a day.
Yeah, but here's the
bunch of
difference. The
people.
difference is with an RV, you eventually have to take your turn driving. I don't want to
No, you
sit behind
don't.
You don't? Who's
No.
driving it? Autopilot?
I love driving. I'm my father's son.
So you would drive it the whole time.
I was almost a truck
I would
driver.
drive. I'd split it with you.
Yeah.
I'd drive.
All right, if you two
So is this happening?
you two are driving,
I would do it.
think about it. No, I'm not doing
I was
this.
thinking about that for Dave because for Dave who doesn't fly, I think he doesn't fly, but he
Flies.
he flies, but I think he'd be happy. I think it'd be a nice gesture, Josh, of love.
Right.
Listen, this is something my wife wants to do. She wants to do, I can't be in an RV. I can't be trapped in an RV
Okay,
like that.
she could come too.
It would be
No,
nuts.
I wouldn't trust her around Omar. After,
Yeah, that's
after the pictures you sent
I'm
him.
not doing
If
that.
she's baking, that's true.
Not doing that. Not doing that.
But like, if we had we're staying in hotels, we should at some point do a trip together. I actually do that a lot with my other friends who are couples.
I'll tell you
where
what.
I go with them.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make a pact with you, there, Chachi. When we are 60 years old, we take this trip.
Which
Ooh.
who is 60?
Me. You guys are too close to it.
I was gonna say.
I'm 51.
All right, so in 9 years we do your little trip.
Okay, I think it's
Deal?
so cute.
All right.
All right,
It's
and we'll record from the road.
Yeah, by
so
then we'll probably
cute.
be in syndication, I would imagine.
Yes,
And by
we'll
then
probably
we'll have chips in our brains.
we'll
Yes.
season 12.
That's right.
Season
deal.
12, 300 listeners.
So is that your thing? That's your thing? It's better to you want to talk to people on Elevators
No,
but not
actually,
planes?
I didn't even get to my question. That's
Yeah, what's your
I'm sorry.
I don't even know what the hell your topic is.
It was just it's such a fascinating topic about that whole etiquette when you're on these things. Well, it makes me think about like when I meet somebody randomly in New York City, for example, I bet you there's like 20 other times a day I could have met somebody randomly too if I just actually talked to them who actually there'd be connection with. And so I'd never really done it on an airplane before. I mean, and I've done it a few times. I feel like if I did it more, it'd be like I wish I was more open to it.
Yeah, here's the problem. For every one of those connections, you're going to get 4 or 5 psychos.
You think so? You think
Yes.
that it's not a 50-50?
I think that's the ratio. No, I don't think it's 50-50. I think
How about if you're like, I don't do this very much, but if you're like upper class?
What do
It's
you mean,
probably
first
worse.
class?
First
It's probably
class?
worse. It's probably worse.
First class, right? Not upper class.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
Do you think the people there would be better? I don't It's probably
know.
the same. I just think
think
it's a higher percentage everywhere.
You're
Think people
rolling the
are-
dice, my friend. You're rolling the dice. You're going to get a psycho.
You know, there's a Jewish idiom that you meet 10 people in your life. 2 of them are the loves of your lives and who you're and your soulmates. 1 of them breaks your heart, and 7 of them mean nothing to you. So, are you willing to give up those 2 people?
That's only 9 people.
No, 2, 1, and 7.
Oh, I thought you meant 2, and one of the 2 was.
No,
What was
two.
that math again? So two
Yeah,
are
two are
two
two
are the love of-
soulmates.
two are
Why
the
do you have
love of
2
your life
soulmates?
two
soulmates.
soulmates.
2 soulmates.
One. The third
One
is
breaks
someone
your
who breaks your heart,
Okay.
and 7 people who are neither here nor there.
And
So
what Jewish literature did you find this in?
It was an allegory. It was like in the Torah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, this is it. I can give references, by the way, but this is a true thing. My point is, I think it's important to still be open to people, right? To treat every stranger like
Is
an
that
old
what you
friend.
took from that idiom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
To be
sounds
open to
like
people and not be like the closed old person. Like that. It's a cliche.
Listen, I'm not closed off. I like anybody would like to strike up conversation with people I don't know. I'm very I
you
do
do
that.
it all the time.
I do
Josh,
it all
at,
the
like,
time.
Dinners and stuff like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
I do it all the time. But what I don't want to do is do it in a
Do
closed.
you ever discover
confined
someone
space.
then where you actually have made a friend? That's interesting.
I'd have to think about it.
Fascinating. Wow.
Yeah, I'd have to think about. I've had plenty of like, where I do it a lot is when we go gambling. Like I go gambling with my buddies at a blackjack table. You guys have been at a blackjack table with me. I
Yeah.
love.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, that's when I come alive. I like to talk.
Dave,
like
is that true?
Yeah, I like to talk.
Yeah,
to
I
the-
think there's a lot of talk at the
Yeah,
table.
I see.
let's
I
do
do a
it.
lot of talking.
It's performance art.
I talk to the dealer like crazy, and I talk to. In fact, I'll give you a quick story. And I talk to the other people at the table that I don't know all the time at a blackjack
It's a
table.
gift.
And so I did that once. I do it every time I go. We were there one time, and the pit boss. I always talk to the pit boss too. And the pit boss comes over, and I was asking the dealer what his favorite movie was, and it was Atlantic City, so they're not the most friendly people. So he's like, I don't know, and he doesn't even want to. He just wants.
Wait, I have gambled with you before. I remember you doing this.
He just wants to finish his shift and move on. That's all this guy wants to do. And I asked the pit boss. I'm like, hey, your dealer here is not even answering my questions. He's like, oh, what's your question? I was like, what's your favorite? I want to know his favorite movie. So he goes, what do you want to know mine? I said, yeah, I want to know yours. He goes, let me think about it. I'll come back. He comes back. I swear to God, this is what he answered. He said, I thought about it. Short Circuit 2. Yeah, that's the movie he chose. I remember it to this day. I'm like, because it was the dumbest answer, and I just went off on him. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You actually thought about that. You went back and thought about.
Short
And he wasn't
Circuit
joking.
2.
Not even Short Circuit, the original.
Yeah.
Short Circuit 2, which was the shittier version of 2 shitty movies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He wasn't being ironic.
he was
Is that the
not.
right way to use it?
He was
Ironic?
not.
I
It
don't know
wasn't.
if pit bosses are ironic very often.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so. No, he actually loved Short Circuit 2.
Well,
Yeah. So
look,
I
I'm
think
wearing
it
the
depends.
T-shirt.
It depends on where I am, Omar. Sometimes I don't want to strike any conversation. We talked about this before on one of the episodes
Yeah.
about an Uber. And when I'm in an Uber, I don't want to talk to the
Enclosed spaces. That's your
don't
problem.
want to talk to the
Hey
driver.
Dave, if you had to force you ranked our memory of if we quiz ourselves on the podcast we've had historically and things that we've talked about and said each, which one of us of the 3 of us do you think remembers the most versus the least?
What do you mean remembers? Remembers what we talked about?
Topics
Yeah.
that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly Josh remembers
It's
a lot
me.
better because he's brought up a couple times if we talked about that before, and I
Yeah.
thought
Josh,
I have
you're
no
like,
memory of that.
Dave, I don't remember anything. I don't.
Yeah, that's very obvious.
I could bring up the same topic every other podcast.
Yes.
For sure.
Josh
Omar
is
has.
Fast. I'm
Josh is the Gary Dell'Abate of our show.
I do. I remember.
Well, that
what we
was
talked
fun.
about. Yeah,
Oh,
because I'm
yeah.
actually paying attention. Unlike
Yeah,
you guys who
yeah.
are just going.
So
through
can I
the
read
motions.
you my these quotes that I've read? I heard some great quotes the last week.
You're the host this week, so if
Yeah.
you want to derail this, that's on
So
you.
okay. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are filled with passionate intensity.
Okay, that makes no sense
It's a
whatsoever.
lot of words. Yeah.
Doesn't make
The
any
best
sense.
Break it
lack
down.
all. I want your
Yeah.
views on this. So the best
makes
lack
no
all
sense.
conviction, and yet the worst are filled with passionate intensity. What that
makes-
means?
I know what
You
it means.
understand what that means?
Yes.
And
Go ahead.
The people who are supposedly the best
Yes.
are so they don't want to screw anything up, so they didn't want to commit to anything.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're.
Do you know why it makes no sense?
Please.
Because they're the best. How did they become the best? And you said the worst. If you're the worst, what's the difference what your conviction level is? You're the
Because
worst.
you're being true to yourself.
No, this is garbage. A lot of these idioms and sayings like this are complete junk, and they just sound good when you say them, but in reality, when you break them apart, they're completely
Well,
meaningless.
I mean, you're being a bit of an absolutist right now, but
Am
okay,
I?
David.
Am I?
David, what are your thoughts?
I don't want to get in the middle of it. He's got a point with the worst.
Yes, come on.
Give me another one.
Okay, ready for this one?
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Pretty girls like to recruit their rejections and call them friends.
Who's saying this crap?
Where'd you pick that one up?
That's a great line.
Is that a Confucius thing? That is stupid. Again, another really stupid thing to say.
Did you write that down to get broken up with?
No, but I did relate to it a little bit. I did.
These are the dumbest
It's from a
quotes. Why are you?
movie. It's from a movie, The Only Living Boy in New York.
All right,
But
But
whatever.
Josh, do you think that's true, Josh?
Say it again.
like-
Pretty girls like to recruit their rejections
Eh.
and call them friends.
Yeah, that's the old Duff. Remember the Duff when you were a kid?
The Duff?
Yeah,
No,
the
what's
Duff.
the Duff?
What
The
is
Duff
that?
was
Dave, you know what that
every girl.
means?
This is awful, by the way. But when you're a kid, you don't know any better. But everyone always say every pretty girl has a Duff, a designated ugly friend. So to make themselves look
Oh.
better.
Oh.
A
Wingman.
Duff.
Oh,
A Duff.
interesting.
It's a relative. You
Yeah,
surround
that's an
yourself.
awful thing to say.
Isn't
Why
it?
would you- why would you say that?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, good thing you
I
didn't
wouldn't.
say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Confucius who said it.
Yeah,
First.
kids can be mean, man.
Fascinating friend? Is that?
Fascinating friend. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
All right. You
Um,
got another one?
Do you have any
yeah.
more, or are we
I have one
wrapping
more.
this up?
this one I thought to be very nice. Okay.
This better have some meaning, of some decent meaning.
Is this from the movie Tar?
No.
You had one.
When you see someone, this line was, I know that sign of stress. It's much brighter than job issues, but more subdued than possible disease.
Okay, that makes no sense. Again,
I
another.
don't even know if you said it correctly.
You didn't even. If you did, it makes zero sense.
You know when someone's stressed out and it's
Yeah.
not because of disease or because of job stress, it's because they
Why
want
would
their
you bring
heart
that up when
broken.
Josh is suffering from rickets?
I have shingles.
Shingles. Yeah.
It's a result of stress.
Well, you do have a disease. That's true.
You're
Yeah.
Now you're poking the bear. Why would
You're
you do
po-
that?
You're poking
that
the bear.
Oh my God, that's right.
These quotes are.
You're attacking Josh. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I see what
Hey,
he's doing.
David, can I give you a suggestion just
Not gonna
on a
fall for
parting? We're wrapping up here, but I got a gamer chair today. My back, I've had the worst chairs, and I got a gamer chair. Like I'm
Yeah.
a gamer.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, it is phenomenally comfortable.
Is it?
I love it.
Does
Well,
it
it's
vibrate?
it's made for teenagers to sit in
Sitting
for 7
hours
hours
at
at a
a
time.
time.
It's
It better be
great.
comfortable.
It's so great. David, just for the listeners can't see this. David's sitting in a rocking chair with
It's not a
basically,
rocking chair.
well, it's something like that, but it's not ergonomically correct.
It's a comfy chair.
It's
Well,
an office chair.
It's a
You're sitting
lazy
in a
boy,
high back
basically.
office
He
chair.
has a fridge in there.
It is. If
So-
Lazy Boy made an office chair, that's what I have.
Yes. It looks
Yeah.
padded.
Do you
Very
think your
well
chair's
padded.
ergonomically correct, David?
No, my back hurts when I sit too long too. Yeah, maybe
I'm
I should
gonna-
get a gaming chair.
Do you have proper lumbar support?
No, I don't. I have to put a pillow back there.
Oh, there you go.
How about
There
you,
go.
Josh?
Well, I'm on a bar stool right now, so it's killing my back. But
Is it? But you sit. Wait, hold on. You're telling me when we do our podcast, you're always sitting in a bar stool,
yes,
dude. You gotta get a high chair. Come on, man.
it keeps me focused and
The pain.
dialed in.
Yeah.
The pain gets me dialed in.
Jesus, you are a
Cut-
martyr, my friend.
Listen,
Cutting edge.
yeah.
So, any
You wanna
parting
make good
shots,
content.
you guys? But
You wanna
hopefully,
make good-
I think I was, I warmed up. Hopefully.
You did.
You
Did a
did.
fantastic job.
Did a wonderful job, Omar. Wonderful job.
Started
any-
slow, ended fast.
Yeah. All right. So then I guess we'll wrap it up. Then should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
That's this part of your job.
All right, guys. So let's wrap it up. 3, 2, 1.
That's not how you wrap it up. It's not a
Smell
rocket
you later.
launch. It's not a rocket
All right.
launch.
Bye,
See ya.
everybody.